Good morning. Can you hear me? Okay. Thanks, Atharva. Problem. Just a minute. So, good morning. Shall we start the class? Yeah. So, I will share the screen with you. Is a lecture 5. So, in the last class, we have seen the various systems which are there in the vehicle. We have discussed the overall layouting of these particular systems. And now let us try to understand that what are the different you can say different parts of the vehicle, how the vehicle body is made up of, and things like that. So just a moment. So next is, see, this we have discussed. Now vehicle assemblies. So how the vehicles are you can say assembled. The vehicle is having first two parts, the chassis and the body. Then the 2-door, 4-door, sedan, hardtop, convertible, station wagons. These are the types of the bodies. Now chassis, on this particular chassis, you can have the engine, then the running gear, the driving system, basic control, electrical system, accessories. So under engine, you have got mechanical parts, fuel system, cooling system, lubricating system, and exhaust system. Then the running gear means frame, suspension, spring, shock absorber, wheel. This is sometimes called as, this running gear system is in sometimes called as the vehicle aggregates. Okay. So that is called as the transmission system aggregates. Then the driving system is clutch, transmission, driveline, differential, rear axle, basic control. So these are basically the parts which are there in the automobile. Now let us try to understand that what are the main parts of the automobile. Okay, so the main body parts of the automobile, the main parts of the automobile, they are the body of the vehicle. So this is, you can say that this is basically the body of the vehicle. The main function of the body is to provide comfort and protection to the passengers besides giving a look. Okay, so that everyone knows. The body includes passenger compartment. So please understand that whenever you work in the industry, then there are certain terms which are used as far as the vehicle body is concerned, and we should be familiar with this, because most of the people, they have the confusion as far as the body parts are concerned. So the complete thing, whatever is made up of the sheet metal and the fiber nowadays, that is termed as the vehicle body. Okay, and the body includes the passenger compartment, the roof, the bumper, fenders, and the radiator, grill, the hood, interior trim, glass, and paints. That means everything, whatever you see from the exterior, that is termed as the vehicle body. But it says that the interior trim is also included in this body. So please understand that the interior also forms the part of the body, because you may have certain fitments which are there on the vehicle body. So we will see what are the body parts of the vehicle. Now this is the complete vehicle. Now this particular slide will give you the idea that which is the what are the different parts of the body. So this is the front bumper. Everyone understand that this is the front bumper, because when we give the vehicle for repair, suppose there is a claim, insurance claim of the body, then we should be able to clearly specify that which part of the body got damaged. Okay, so this is basically the front bumper. Usually the front bumper is made up of the fiber material that is called as FRP, fiber reinforced plastic. But for some vehicle, for example, the old vehicle, let us say Ambassador, this part used to be made up of the sheet metal. Okay, that is the metal part. But nowadays, for weight reduction, the front bumper is made up of the FRP. Then the second one is roof. Everyone knows this. Have you seen that there are certain markings on the roof? For example, I'll show this with the blue color. So there are certain raised portion on the roof of the body. Have you marked this for some kind of vehicle? For example, if you see the Tata Sumo, or for that matter Mahindra Bolero or Armada, then you will find that there are certain portion of the roof that is raised. Okay, so can anyone answer what is the reason for that? Sir, please speak out so that I can give. We will have the discussion. Does anybody know why such certain portion of the roof is raised? Similarly, for some of the vehicle, the roof, the floor of the vehicle is also having some kind of a raised portion. If you see, for example, buses and other thing, you will find that such kind of it is not a plain surface, but there are certain raised portion is there. So what is the use of that? Streaming. Yeah. What is the use of that? Related to aerodynamics? No. To increase strength, that is the correct answer. Ameya has given the correct answer. Basically, I would not say that to increase the strength, basically to increase the stiffness of that particular surface, so that you can avoid the resonance and vibration of the surface. So that is the only purpose. So that is what I wanted to tell you. Only to increase the stiffness of the flat surface. Okay, that is why you will have this kind of thing. Now the rear quarter, this is called as the rear quarter. This portion is called as the rear quarter. Then the rear bumper, similar to front bumper, you have got the rear bumper. This is also made up of FRP material. Then the front wing, this portion is called as the front wing. That means from here to here, whatever part which is made up of the metal, this is usually made up of metal. This is not made up of the fiber. Okay, so that is the front wing. Then the roof, front wings, and a rear quarter can be used to help strengthen the vehicle body. Other parts can also help to strengthen the body. For example, glass doors, subframe, chassis, and floor pan. Now the from other view, this is called as bonnet. Everyone knows this is made up of the metal, sheet metal. Then this is the body lid or tailgate. Then this is the door, front door. This is the complete vehicle body with the names. Now here you will see that this is A pillar, this is B pillar, and this is C pillar of the body. Usually you will find that this A, B, C pillar, this is the common terminology which is used in the automotive industry. When you carry out the strength analysis of the vehicle body, then the commonly it is referred as A pillar में इतना vibration है, B pillar में इतना है, C pillar में इतना है. So instead of talking with the support and other things, the door upper frame ऐसा उसको नाम नहीं देते हैं. They call it as the pillar. So A, B, C pillar. So this is the terminology which is used, and I wanted to show you that this is what is meant by A, B, and C pillar. Otherwise, in your automobile book, most of the time these kinds of terminologies they are not given. These are used in most of the industry terms. So I have included this slide particularly to give you the idea. So this is also, now we refer this as to D key, but it is not the D key, it is basically the boot space they call it. And this is the front grills, door handle, glass, door, fender. This is also called as the fender, and windshield. So everything you are aware of. Now you are aware of what are the systems which are there inside of the vehicle and what are the outside parts of the vehicle. Now you can have the softwares which can be used to give the different shapes to the vehicle body. That means you can have the aerodynamic studies over the flow over the body and other kind of studies if you want. What is the drag, what is the lift, and how to manage that drag and lift. So aerodynamic studies, if you carry out on the vehicle, then you will be requiring these kinds of terminologies. Okay. So now let us come to the chassis. So what do you mean by chassis? So it says that the chassis forms the complete operating unit is capable of running with own power. So this is basically the complete operating unit along with a engine mounted on it. So that is called as the chassis. सो सर ये जो पूरा जो यूनिट है इसको आप चैसी बोलेंगे. ये पूरे चैसिस पे देखो कि क्या क्या माउंटिंग है. The chassis is not there in case of a car. We are going to see what will be there in case of the car. But in case of the sports utility vehicle, multi-utility vehicle, and the vehicles which are used for carrying the goods, they are having this kind of structure, the chassis structure. So these are the chassis members. So ये एक member हो गया और ये दूसरा member हो गया, and these are the cross member. एक, ये दो, ये तीन, ये चार, ये पांच. So these are called as the cross member. And please understand that we are going to study the defects in the chassis, that what is going to happen. Suppose intolerance, suppose you have got these two members, they will be given tolerance on the length. So by chance if you get the assembly that one chassis member is having maximum tolerance and the other one is having minimum tolerance, then what is going to happen? So there will be inherent, both are satisfying the given tolerance limit of the component, and that is why the quality control people have passed this particular chassis. Then what is going to happen with the vehicle assembly, because you are putting inherent difference in the vehicle dimension. So those are the things which we are going to study now. Then coming back to the theory, it is an assembly of vehicle without body. Okay, what is chassis? It is assembly of the vehicle without body. The chassis includes the frame, wheel, axle, spring, shock absorber, engine, clutch, gearbox, propeller shaft. That means everything excluding the vehicle body including seats and interior and other thing, that you call it as a chassis. Okay, so this is the definition of the chassis, and these are the chassis member. So these are the chassis member. Now, two methods of body and chassis construction: the separate body and chassis construction and the integral construction. Okay, so there are vehicles which are having the integral construction. There are vehicles which are having chassis and body is separate. For example, we have discussed in the previous class that if you see the trucks, then you are, when the trucks are transported from one dealer to other dealer, the only chassis is transported, the body building is done separately. Okay, so you might have read that on the back of the most of the luxury buses, it is written that Satlaj coach and all those things. So Satlaj coach and companies like that, they build the body. Okay, the vehicle manufacturer, the truck manufacturer only will be capable of doing or manufacturing the truck chassis. But in some cases, these OEMs, they have got their bodybuilding workshop as well. For example, the buses you get for the Tata Motors, if you ask them, so they will build the body and they will send the buses. Similar is the case with the Ashok Leyland. Okay. Now, in separate body and chassis construction, the body is fixed on the chassis frame by means of number of bolts, because there will be mounting point passing through the base of the body and the frame. Commercial vehicles have a separate cab attached to the chassis. This I have told you just now. Now, in integral construction, the body and chassis frame are combined as one, eliminating the mountings. That means you don't have to have the mountings, separate mounting. ये बॉडी का माउंटिंग करने की जरूरत नहीं है. बॉडी along with frames and everything is integral part. The integral construction is called as the chassis-less or unibody construction. तो ये सर chassis-less जैसे कार की जो बॉडी है, that is the chassis-less or unibody construction. Car bodies are now mostly integral construction, which is frameless mono box construction. That means एक ही बॉक्स से आपने वो कार बनाई हुई है. You cannot separate out the parts. Okay. So, sir, which one is better? The chassis one is better, or the integral construction kind of a body, vehicle body is better? Sir, what is your opinion, sir? Sir, आपकी ओपिनियन क्या है इसमें? So, integral is better. Okay. What about others? चैसी इज बेटर. चलो, दोनों यानी 50-50% जनता है, कोई चैसी की तरफ है, कोई इंटीग्रल बॉडी की तरफ है. सर, प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट if you are constructing the vehicle which is having weight less than 3.5 ton, then you can say monobox construction is good. That means integral construction is good. And if you are manufacturing the vehicle which can be used for the heavy duty application, then in that case chassis construction is good. But for most of the types, the cars, they have to be lightweight and they have to be fuel efficient, so that is why they go for the monobox construction. Okay, so there cannot be a comparison between the chassis and the you can say integral body construction. It depends upon which kind of application for which you are intended to use the vehicle. So please understand this. Okay, there is nothing like which one is better and which one is bad. So sir, थोड़ी सी, I hope you have understood this. Now next is the vehicle body outline. अभी बॉडी में क्या क्या रहता है ये देखिए. C pillar, A pillar, देन काउल पैनल, फायरवॉल, देन स्ट्रट. ये जो फायरवॉल है ना सर, ये यहाँ जाएगी, बिकॉज अगर आपका इंजन फ्रंट माउंटेड है, सो इन दैट केस देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी लीकेज ऑफ हीट फ्रॉम द इंजन कंपार्टमेंट टू द पैसेंजर कंपार्टमेंट. नहीं तो पैसेंजर चिल्लाने लगेगा, ड्राइवर को फटीग आएगा. ओके, सो दिस इज द चैसी, देन फ्रंट रेल, देन रॉकर पैनल, बी पिलर, देन रियर रेल. सो ये पूरा आपको व्हीकल डिसमेंटल करके बताया हुआ है. ओके, आई विल शेयर दिस स्लाइड विथ यू. दिस इज जस्ट फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन. This I wanted to give you an idea that vehicle manufacturing is not a small job. Okay, it's a very big industry, and we need to be very careful as far as when we go to the showroom and we say that I don't like this vehicle, I like that vehicle, the shape is good and shape is bad. It is very easy for us to comment, but for the mechanical engineers who are working in the research and development department of the company, for the they are putting their efforts in the designing of the vehicle. Okay, so please, next time when you go to the any of the dealership for purchasing the vehicle, don't say that this is not good, that is good, and all those things. It is the choice. Okay, so sir, ये जो है ये क्रॉस मेंबर बोलते हैं सर इसको, ये जो है ना, ये दोनों चेसी पैरेलल मेंबर और ये क्रॉस मेंबर है इसमें। तो सर नेक्स्ट टाइम ख्याल रखना, जब भी आप जाओगे ऑटोमोटिव नया व्हीकल लेने, तो थोड़ा सा प्लीज अप्रिशिएट द एफर्ट्स विच आर पुट बाय द डिजाइन इंजीनियर्स ऑफ द व्हीकल. ओके, so if you work in the company, you will come to know that how painful it is to design the vehicle and bring it on the road. Okay, it's really a very interesting experience. So this is the body on chassis. ये पूरा आपको चैसी बनाया हुआ है. ये जो बॉडी है, ये व्हीकल का बॉडी भी, बॉडी ऑन फ्रेम. तो ये जो है ये फ्रेम बताई हुई है. Let us say what is it. The body is made up of a separate only unit and then joined to the ladder frame. इसको कभी कभी ladder frame भी बोलते हैं. This is the complete assembly. This is basically the ladder frame assembly because it looks like a ladder, and so these are the cross members. These are again members which are parallel to the chassis rod. So इसको लैडर फ्रेम भी बोलते हैं. नाउ देयर आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ कंस्ट्रक्शन. व्हाट इट डज, इट सपोर्ट्स ऑल द सिस्टम इन कार सच एज इंजन, ट्रांसमिशन, स्टीयरिंग सिस्टम, सस्पेंशन. फॉर एग्जांपल, ये जो चेसी मैंने बताया हुआ है, इट इज एप्लीकेबल टू टाटा सुमो, सुमो ग्रैंड, इन इवन महिंद्रा आर्माडा, महिंद्रा बोलेरो. सो दोस vehicles, they are having such kind of chassis frame. Now this is a monocoque body. This is also called as monocoque body. This is a car body. अभी आप देखिए सर, ये सीट से लेके सब कुछ इसमें एक ही इसमें ज्वाइन किया है, A, B, C pillar and everything. So body itself is forming the frame. What is it? The ladder frame is absent. The body itself is the frame. Okay. Now what it does, it supports all the systems in the car such as the engine, transmission system, steering, suspension system. So Indica Vista, Indigo Manza, they are the cars. I have just given you the two examples. It is not limited to that. There are so many cars in India. They are having this monocoque body. Okay. So have you understood now the clear difference between the monocoque and the chassis? ओके, तो ये सर ये चैसी फ्रेम है, और ये जो है ये चैसी फ्रेम में एक चीज मार्क करना, देयर इज नो व्हीकल बॉडी माउंटेड ऑन इट. इट इज ओनली द एग्रीगेट्स which itself can be driven. Okay, so now this is the monocoque. Then difference, अभी दोनों में का क्या डिफरेंस है? The benefit is, अगर आपने चैसी वाला सिस्टम देखा तो it is giving higher load capacity and strength. Disadvantage is the body tends to vibrate easily and overall vehicle handling and refinement is lower, used mostly on SUVs and bigger vehicles. So sir, अभी क्या है कि आपने बॉडी इसके ऊपर एक जो है ये बॉक्स फिट कर दिया है. सो हैंडलिंग थोड़ा सा इसमें प्रॉब्लम होता है. देयर आर प्रॉब्लम ऑफ वाइब्रेशंस एंड द स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ द व्हीकल. वेयरएज advantage is less rattle and squeaks are developed. Rattle and squeaks, they are the words which are used in automobile. Rattling is basically, you can say that the small vibrations which gives some annoying noise, and squeak is also a part of it, are developed. Handling is also better due to higher body rigidity. Only major drawback is the load carrying capacity is lower, used mostly in car. Sir, the problem with these kinds of construction is that if you make the body very light, okay, that means if the thickness of the sheet metal which is used to make the body part is very light, then in that particular case you may get the problem of body cracking, because all the pillars, they are connected to one another, so there is an integral path which is available, the continuous path is available for the transmission of road vibrations to the vehicle body. As a result, the vibration induced fatigue can crack the body. Okay, the same thing may happen here, but you can have some kind of isolation you can provide with the body mounting here. तो ये सर आइसोलेशन आप इसमें प्रोवाइड कर सकते हो, इसमें आइसोलेशन प्रोवाइड करना पॉसिबल नहीं है, बिकॉज the vibrations which are getting transmitted to any part of the vehicle body is going to get transmitted to the whole body. Okay, so that is why the chances of body cracking are more, because the load carrying capacity is less and by chance if you load. सर आजकल के आपने पुराने लोगों को देखा होगा, जो थोड़े से एजेड लोग हैं, वो बोलते हैं कि हमारे जमाने की जो गाड़ियां थी वो पूरी मेटल की थी और एक भी डैश लगे तो कुछ नहीं होता था, बट नाउ डेज अभी थोड़ा सा भी उसको टच भी हो गया तो देन बॉडी गेट्स डैमेज और ये एंड हो. तो बेसिकली सी देयर इज steep competition in the market as to meet the fuel economy. So आप जितना vehicle को light vehicle body जितना light and safe रख सकते हैं, people are trying to do that. That is one thing. Second thing, unnecessarily if you use the over designed body, you are increasing the cost of the material, thereby the cost of the vehicle. And now you know that the automotive market is very cost sensitive. So in that case, you will find that there is huge, you can say, cutthroat competition in the market as far as designing is concerned. Now frame, there are two distinct forms of construction in common use: the conventional pressed steel frame, to which all the mechanical units are attached and on which the body is superimposed; the integral frameless construction, in which the body structure is so designed as to combine the functions of body and frame, the units normally attached to the frame then being attached directly to the body. So frameless construction, these are the advantages and disadvantages given. The frameless construction has the following advantages over the conventional framed constructions, यानी जिसमें आप चैसी यूज करते हैं. So reduce weight and consequent saving in fuel consumption. That is why I said that कि आजकल के जो cars है, they are used for this particular, you can say, एक मिनट, ये is all names on the slide. हाँ, जो आजकल के जो vehicles है, they are very cost sensitive and this is the factor, fuel consumption is at the, you can say, top, because जितना आप fuel ज़्यादा जलाओगे उतना आप ज़्यादा emission produce करोगे. So फ्यूल कंजम्पशन के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से इंटीग्रल कंस्ट्रक्शन ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है फॉर पैसेंजर कार्स. फॉर गुड्स के लिए उसको आप तो स्ट्रेंथ के लिए कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर ही नहीं सकते हैं. ड्यूरिंग कोलिजन द बॉडी क्रम्बल्स, देयरबाय अब्सॉर्बिंग द शॉक ड्यू टू इम्पैक्ट एंड thus providing safety to the passengers. See, actually this is a very debatable point. It says that कि अगर कोलिजन हो गया तो बॉडी क्रम्बल होती है, बट बॉडी अगर क्रम्बल हो गई तो प्रॉब्लम ये होता है कि जब आपका जो इम्पैक्ट रहेगा, if it is the front collision, then in that case it is okay that the components which are there in between the front bumper and the driver, इसमें अगर कॉम्प्रेशन होके अगर एनर्जी एब्सॉर्ब कर ली उसने, तो ड्राइवर के पास बहुत कम शॉक पहुंचेगा, एनर्जी पहुंचेगी फ्रंट इम्पैक्ट की. बट इफ द डैश इज फ्रॉम द साइड वे, द इम्पैक्ट इज फ्रॉम द डोर साइड, जो डोर पैनल है अगर उसके साइड से है, तो इन दैट केस यू हैव द योर लाइफ इज इन डेंजर. सो नाउ फ्रॉम 31st of December, the government of India, it is made mandatorily to have the two airbags to be fitted on the front of the vehicle. That means the driver and co-driver, they should have those seats, they should have protection of the front airbag. So लेकिन वो frontal impact के लिए है, side impact के लिए problem है. So lower manufacturing cost, this is now the most sensitive thing. Compared to frame construction, lower body position may be obtained, thus resulting in increased stability of the automobile. That means आप जो जमीन से यानी रोड से जितने पास बैठोगे तो स्टेबिलिटी ज्यादा रहेगी, जितना आप ऊपर शिफ्ट होते जाएंगे उतना उतना सीजी ऊपर शिफ्ट होते जाएगा और टॉपलिंग मोमेंट उसका बढ़ जाएगा, बिकॉज द फोर्स विच इज एक्टिंग थ्रू द सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स विच इज एक्टिंग थ्रू द सीजी will get more amount of the rotating arm. As a result the stability becomes in question. But try to understand that आप रोड से जितना ऊपर बैठेंगे उतना आपको अच्छा लगेगा कंपेयर टू जितना ग्राउंड क्लियरेंस कम है. तो सर ये these are some of the advantages and disadvantages. Nowadays see आप मारुति 800 में बैठे और लेट अस से कि आप टाटा नेक्सॉन में बैठे, तो हाइट एट विच यू सिट that matters. So आपको टाटा नेक्सॉन में ज्यादा कंफर्टेबल लगेगा कंपेयर टू मारुति 800. Okay, but stability wise 800 will be better compared to Nexon as far as the centrifugal force is concerned. Okay, so थोड़ा सा टर्निंग पे जो है, तो जैसे आपने एक्सपीरियंस किया होगा when you use van and take a turn at a higher speed, then you feel more unstable compared to a vehicle in which you sit at the lower level and take the or you do the cornering. ठीक है, तो हर एक के अभी एडवांटेजेस डिसएडवांटेजेस है. नाउ डिसएडवांटेजेस ऑफ frameless construction: reduction in the strength and durability, economical only if frameless construction is adopted in mass production, यानी अगर मास प्रोडक्शन करते हैं तो ठीक है, नहीं तो इंक्रीज कॉस्ट ऑफ रिपेयर्स इन केस ऑफ डैमेज ऑफ बॉडी, बिकॉज आप डायरेक्टली व्हीकल बॉडी को ही हिट करते हैं ड्यूरिंग एक्सीडेंट. टॉपलेस कार्स आर डिफिकल्ट टू डिजाइन विद द फ्रेमलेस कंस्ट्रक्शन. तो सर ये जो है कन्वर्टिबल कूप हमने जो देखा था, तो वो डिजाइन करना काफी डिफिकल्ट है इससे, क्योंकि वो कैनोपी वाला कंस्ट्रक्शन होता है, तो आप स्ट्रेंथ कहाँ से बिल्ड करोगे. ओके, नाउ द फ्रेम कंस्ट्रक्शन सिंप्लीफाइड डायग्राम रिप्रेजेंटिंग द फ्रेम शोज the longitudinal members A and B. So this is member A and this is member B. इसके नाम चले गए हैं, but this is member A and member B. The frame is upswept at the rear. Upswept यानी ये rear में थोड़ा सा ऊपर उठाई है to accommodate the movement of the axle during the springing. It also keeps the chassis height low. ठीक है, तो थोड़ा सा chassis height भी कम हो जाता है इसमें. The frame is narrowed down at the front to have a better steering lock, which gives a smaller turning circle radius. यानी ये जो है ये ऐसी रहेगी फ्रेम, ये मैं जस्ट बिकॉज आई डोंट हैव अ कंट्रोल ओवर द माउस, सो ये ऐसी रहेगी सर फ्रेम. ये है आपका फ्रंट और ये है रियर. ओके, सो थोड़ा सा यहाँ डिस्टेंस ज्यादा रहेगा कंपेयर टू दिस. दैट मीन्स द लेंथ ऑफ दिस मेंबर एंड दिस मेंबर इज नॉट सेम, इट विल बी स्लाइटली डिफरेंट. तो दिस इज द रीजन इट इज गिवन. द एक्सटेंशन ऑफ द चेसी फ्रेम अहेड ऑफ द फ्रंट एक्सल इज कॉल्ड फ्रंट ओवरहैंग ऑफ द व्हीकल. इट्स एक्सटेंशन बियॉन्ड इज रियर ओवरहैंग ऑफ द व्हीकल. तो ये फ्रंट ओवरहैंग एंड रियर ओवरहैंग, यानी ये यहाँ पे आपका लगेगा फ्रंट एक्सल, तो यहाँ से इतना जो डिस्टेंस है ये फ्रंट ओवरहैंग, और यहाँ से इसके सेंटर से ये जो डिस्टेंस है दैट बिकम्स रियर ओवरहैंग. ठीक है, तो ये हो गया आपका रियर ओवरहैंग. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. नाउ सब फ्रेम, तो इसमें ये जो कंपोनेंट है सर, यहाँ सब फ्रेम्स भी लगती है और यहाँ भी लगेगी इन केस इफ यू वांट टू mount the engine, gearbox if you require. Components are mounted on a separate frame called subframe. The subframe is further supported by the main frame. Please understand at 3 points. ये example है subframe का. In this way, the components are isolated from the effects of twisting and flexing of the main frame. Advantages and disadvantages of these subframes are: the advantages of the mass of the subframe alone helps to damp vibration, यानी √k/m. तो अगर आप नेचुरल फ्रीक्वेंसी अगर कम करना चाहते हो तो आप मास बढ़ाइएगा. The provision of the subframe simplifies production of the assembly line and facilitates subsequent overhaul and repair. यानी अगर आपको पूरे इसमें अगर कुछ डैमेज हुआ, कुछ हुआ, तो ज्यादा चिंता करने की जरूरत नहीं, ये सब फ्रेम निकालो. बट सब फ्रेम का एक डिसएडवांटेज मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, इट इज गोइंग टू एड मोर व्हीकल वेट इनटू द व्हीकल. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट द फ्यूल इकोनॉमी का प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है, एंड सेकंड यू आर इंक्रीजिंग द कॉस्ट ऑफ द व्हीकल सब फ्रेम डालने से. सर, आर यू गेटिंग इट? डू यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन, सर? See, whatever discussions we have done up till now, do you have any question? Sir, please reply to me. Okay, chalo. Atharva Jaga. Where does chassis number is located? Sir, chassis number location is एक मिनट मैं आपको फॉर कुछ व्हीकल के लिए बता देता हूं कि चेसी नंबर का जो है ये जहां पे विजिबल रहेगा, ये आइदर ये फ्रंट साइड यहाँ पे, एक मिनट ये मैं क्लियर कर देता हूं, देन आपको बता पाऊंगा. सर, यहाँ पे दिया रहेगा चेसी नंबर, या जहां से चेसी विजिबल है फॉर सम व्हीकल्स, फॉर बट यू विल फाइंड दैट मोस्ट ऑफ द व्हीकल आइदर लेफ्ट साइड और राइट साइड में चेसी नंबर जो है वो एम्बॉस किया रहता है सर. ओके, so this is where you can see the chassis number, and somewhere on here on the इसमें भी दिया रहता है कि जब आप व्हीकल डिसेंबल करते हो तब भी आप देख सकते हो. बट इट डिपेंड्स, इट इज द चॉइस ऑफ द मैन्युफैक्चरर. देयर इज नो स्पेसिफिक रूल एज फार एज द चेसी नंबर टू बी लोकेटेड. ओके, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन कंपनी पॉलिसी, बट यूजुअली फ्रंट व्हीकल के पास आपको चेसी नंबर दिख जाएगा, और कुछ कुछ लोग ये रियर व्हीकल के पास भी देते हैं चेसी नंबर. देन इट इज अ चॉइस. ओके, डज दैट आंसर योर क्वेश्चन, सर? ओके, चलो. हाँ, तो ये सब फ्रेम तक के आ गए थे हम लोग. अभी आगे बढ़ते हैं. नाउ डिफेक्ट्स इन द फ्रेम, ये क्या क्या हो सकते हैं? The only prominent defect that usually occurs in the frame due to accidents in the alignment fault. In the accident is the alignment fault. मैंने आपको बताया, ये शायद आपसे मैं डिस्कस करूंगा स्टीयरिंग सिस्टम में अलाइनमेंट का क्या प्रॉब्लम होता है. अगर मान लो व्हीकल को अगर साइड से अगर किसी ने इंपैक्ट कर दिया, मान लो कि लेफ्ट हेड लैम्प पे अगर इंपैक्ट कर दिया, सो इन दैट केस जो भी चेसी में बेंड आएगा, जो भी कुछ आएगा, तो उसके कारण जो डायमेंशन में चेंज होगा, सो दैट इज बेसिकली द परमानेंट यू कैन से डिफेक्ट इन द व्हीकल. देन दिस मे बी चेक्ड बाय मींस ऑफ प्लम्ब लाइन. यानी प्लम्ब लाइन मींस जो आपने घर के कंस्ट्रक्शन के लिए जो यूज करते हैं, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम द मेसन इट यूजेस टू चेक द you can say whether the given wall is plain or it is in, वो लेमैन्स के लैंग्वेज में कि भाई गोले में है कि नहीं दीवार, उसके लिए जो यूज करते हैं दैट इज द प्लम्ब लाइन. तो the vehicle is placed on a level surface, and by suspending plumb line from different points on each side of the frame, their position on the ground is marked. The vehicle is taken away and the diagonals are measured between the corresponding points. These should not differ by more than 7 to 8 mm. सर 7 to 8 mm बहुत ज्यादा क्लियर हो गया. ये कैसे आता है इसकी भी हम लोग बात करेंगे. Because as I said that tolerance tracking is the major issue, because vehicle is the assembly of so many components and each component is having the tolerance. Suppose you get one vehicle on which the mating components, they have the extreme thing. That means some components are on the higher side of the tolerance, and some components, or take the example that all the components are on the higher side of the tolerance, then you get the addition of the tolerances that will give you the more, you can say, one side of the vehicle. On the other side, if you have got the all components which are selected on the lower side of the tolerance zone, then you get this difference of 7 to 8 mm. But this is also considering the एक्सीडेंट्स। ओके, तो ये भी ख्याल रखना सर, ठीक है। इफ एनी ऑफ द करिस्पॉन्डिंग डायगोनल्स डू डिफर बाय मोर देन दिस अमाउंट द फ्रेम इज आउट ऑफ अलाइनमेंट। तो 7 to 8 mm जो है सर, ये जो है ये मैक्सिमम टॉलरेंस परमिटेड है। The possible cause then may be one of the following: the dumb irons or side members may be bent, then cross members may be buckled, then some rivets may be loose or broken। तो ये भी सर हो सकता है। That means fitting में when you fit the vehicle then there can be certain defects in that। ये rivets की बात कर रहा है, but I have not seen any of the vehicle which is having riveted frame, but there may be some vehicles which may be using rivets. At least I don't know, so that may be the reason। If the damage to the frame member is small, they can be repaired by means of hydraulic jack and ringing irons। This I sorry to say that I do not know this। If the damage is more than bent frame member may be heated by to straighten it। Alternately may be cut and damaged parts and weld a new one instead। यानी एक बात तो तय है कि आप हीटिंग करके चेसी फ्रेम को स्ट्रेट कर सकते हैं, अल्टरनेटली आप डैमेज पार्ट को कट करके वहां नया पार्ट वेल्ड कर सकते हैं। सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स रिपेयर वर्क इज टू बी डन बाय द service stations of the vehicle and not by the local mechanics। Please note that if you repair your vehicle by the local mechanic, then these people they don't know the specifications of the vehicle, they don't have the drawing, they are doing just by trial and error method, and these kinds of things by chance they are correct, they are not always correct। So it is better in case of accident get the vehicle repaired by the service station, though the charges of the service stations they are more। okay, तो ये सर फ्रेम के डिफेक्ट हो गए। Then frameless construction, in this type of construction heavy side members used in conveyance are eliminated and the floor is strengthened by cross members and body all welded। ये नहीं, इसमें भी क्रॉस मेंबर आप रख सकते हो instead of making the use of the complete sheet metal at the bottom। तो ये सर आपकी हो गई फ्रेमलेस कंस्ट्रक्शन वाली बॉडी, दैट मींस कंप्लीट कार की बॉडी। ओके, सो इसमें सिर्फ आपको शीट मेटल के दरवाजे चिपकाने का ही काम बाकी है। then the next one is the vehicle dimensions। the wheel track, this I have shown you the transverse distance between the tire and ground centers on the near side of an near side and the offside। okay, wheel base जो distance between the centers of the front wheel and the rear wheel। then chassis member cross section, आपको इतने टाइप्स के क्रॉस सेक्शन यूज होते हैं चेसी बनाने के लिए। ट्यूबुलर चेसी भी होता है, स्क्वायर, राउंड सॉलिड, सर्कुलर ट्यूब, circular closed tube, C section, rectangular box section, then top hat section, then I section, then channel। ये top hat section यानी ये G। Sir, which one is more common in your opinion? Which one is more common, sir, in your opinion? आई सेक्शन। तो सर आपने आई सेक्शन वाली देखी है क्या, कौन सी व्हीकल? दुर्गे जी आपने देखी है क्या?
No sir, I like in construction I section is common।
okay, no, actually this is used in rails। okay, because this is heavy, usually you will find that C section वाले चैसी काफी ज्यादा यूज होते हैं और ये बॉक्स टाइप वाले भी काफी यूज होते हैं। दिस नॉट अ स्क्वायर बट अ रेक्टेंगुलर बॉक्स टाइप। सो ये दो टाइप के जो चेसी है वो यूजुअली ज्यादा यूज होते हैं। ओल्ड व्हीकल्स में आप सी सेक्शन वाले देखेंगे, नए व्हीकल में आप ये रेक्टेंगुलर क्रॉस सेक्शन वाले देखेंगे। in some vehicles, old vehicles, people used to have the round, actually round shape cross section वाला भी यूज करते थे। तो रेक्टेंगुलर एंड सी सेक्शन, ये स्क्वायर है मेरे ख्याल से। सो दिस इज द स्क्वायर वन। ये जो है ये स्क्वायर है, ये रेक्टेंगुलर उसने यहाँ बताया हुआ है, रेक्टेंगुलर एफ, सॉरी ये एफ को ही उसने रेक्टेंगुलर बोला, ए इज स्क्वायर सेक्शन। ये सर मैंने नहीं देखा, स्क्वायर नहीं देखा, बट ट्यूबुलर सी सेक्शन कुछ ओल्ड व्हीकल में ये दोनों यूज होते हैं, बट नए व्हीकल में अगर आप देखेंगे सो दे गो फॉर द रेक्टेंगुलर क्रॉस सेक्शन। ओके, सो इंटीग्रल कंस्ट्रक्शन, ये इसका थोड़ा सा आपको हिस्ट्री दिया हुआ है। Around 1934, the all steel body construction was introduced so that a separate frame could be eliminated. तो यानी ये काफी पुराना है इंटीग्रल सेक्शन, ये 1934 से चलते आ रहा है। The reinforced, तो सर I will provide you this slide, you can read this. There is no issue as far as reading of this is concerned, because जो भी इसमें दिया नहीं हुआ है ये now इंटीग्रल कंस्ट्रक्शन, अभी इंटीग्रल कंस्ट्रक्शन में व्हाट इट सेज, अ वेरी लो 0.1% कार्बन स्टील इज यूज्ड टू प्रोवाइड एक्सट्रीमली गुड डक्टिलिटी रिक्वायर्ड फॉर प्रेसिंग ऑफ द पैनल्स। ओके, सो दिस स्लाइड इज इंपॉर्टेंट फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑफ योर इंटरव्यू, कि कितने परसेंट का स्टील यूज करोगे आप व्हीकल बॉडी बनाने के लिए। सो जनरल आइडिया शुड बी देयर दैट 0.1% कार्बन स्टील। ओके, द लो स्ट्रेंथ 278 mega newton per meter square, that means megapascal of the steel is required, requires stiffening of the structural member, which is achieved by spot welding into position of intricate sections formed out of thin sheet metal. Yani all these metal components, they are joined together by using the spot welding. So this is the important thing here, and the strength should be 278 के करीब करीब रहनी चाहिए ये पूरे सब पैनल्स को वेल्ड करने के लिए। Now a modified construction is necessary in case of, see, you may be asked the question that why aluminum body cannot be used for the vehicle. Do you have any justification for that instead of using low carbon steel?
After difficult to welding.
Difficult to weld. Okay, any other reason? Okay, lightweight is fine. Costlier, okay, ठीक है, but other than that, cold working of aluminium cause brittle failure. Okay, see, basically it is not going to give you the required modulus of elasticity, so that is why you don't use that. It is not that elastic. Okay, and it can crush down very very easily because it doesn't have that much strength compared to steel I am talking about. Okay, so you are for the same for achieving the same strength you may require more amount of the aluminum material. As a result, the vehicle cost may go up. Okay, going to next thing. So what this says, the front and rear of this rigid compartment are fixed. ये तो सर व्हीकल बॉडी की ही बात करता है। The crumple zones of the body absorb the shock of the collision so that the rate of deceleration experienced by the occupant is reduced. See, basically what is happening, that all these things, they are true if there is a front impact. Front impact means I'm talking about if the other vehicle hits this particular vehicle from the front. But for the side impact, it is very very fatal. The side impact is more fatal compared to front impact, because what is going to happen if the vehicle is getting heated, if it is get impact from the front, all these components, they are collapsible. For example, अगर आपने एल्यूमिनियम का रेडिएटर अगर यहाँ पे बैठाया हुआ है तो it is going to absorb more energy. Engine is going to be a rigid part. Now the impact, the energy of the impact will be first absorbed by the soft part, then it will be transmitted to the hard part, that is engine. Then from engine it is going to get transmitted to the front wheel, and from there you can have one additional member, that is the steering, and that is the most dangerous thing, because what happens during the front impact, the driver will suddenly apply the brake, there will be impact from the front side, whereas the acceleration of the passenger will be in the forward direction, whereas the movement of the steering is in backward direction. So both are complementing each other. As a result, there can be the injury level of the passenger may be very high. So in that case, the airbag comes into picture. So side impact के लिए आपको बचने के लिए only airbags can help you, because there are no components like the front impact which can absorb the energy. So side impact is more fatal, okay, from safety point of view. But side इसमें airbag निकालना side impact में वो काफी high end vehicles में available है. Right now there is no such provisions as far as for the side impact is concerned. यानी common vehicle की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ. ठीक है सर, ये body in white. Now this is the another concept which is used in most of the automotive industry. So what we will do, we will study this body in white and steering system from the next class. So do you have any question as far as the presentation, whatever topics we have discussed? Yeah, please send your comment. Sir, आपको कुछ difficulty है क्या? And regarding the presentation, I will share this presentation on the group so that you will not have any problem for the reading. This is the consolidated material which is taken from internet, which is taken from the textbook, which is taken from the industry presentation. So my request is, please do not share this with any sensitive thing. It is only for the study purpose. The material which is very sensitive, I will not share with you. Rather, I will show you the video, films, everything on the in the class timing. Okay, but for study you can use this material. There is no issue. Okay. So, sir, do you have any questions? Sir, please reply in the chat box. If you have any questions, then we can discuss it here. If there are no questions, then we'll stop. And there is one more announcement for you people. 1 minute, sir. हाँ सर, नो डाउट. ओके फाइन. हाँ तो sir, tomorrow we have class from 8 to 9. That class is shifted to Thursday 9 to 10. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So everyone is comfortable with this? I hope, Sramya, you have circulated it in the group. Yeah, fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now regarding the practical for all the batches, that means there are 2 batches that will be that is scheduled on Friday 2 to 4. Is that fine? Everybody is fine. Everybody is aware of this. Okay. Now the Friday class from 8 to 9 is shifted to 9 to 10 on Friday itself. Are you people aware of this? I hope your class representative has informed you accordingly. So everybody is comfortable. So we will follow this. That means tomorrow there will not be any class. There will be class on Wednesday 9 to 10, then Thursday 9 to 10, and Friday 9 to 10, and Friday AE lab for all the batches from 2 to 4. Okay. So any question, any doubt? And I will provide you the study material, whatever we will be discussing in the class, whatever we will be writing, I will be writing on the blackboard. Those notes I will share it with you people. But I have one request to you, that whenever we are going to solve the numericals, so please be ready with the copy and calculator and pen only for that particular portion. Okay, so over from my side, we'll stop here with your permission. If you do not have any question, then you can leave the meeting.